The 2023 case was filed on November 29th, and service was proper on December 18th of 2023. We did receive a response from the defendant on January 16th of 2024 requesting genetic testing. Genetic testing was ordered, genetic testing order, was entered on February 1st of 2024. While it did take some time to get the parties sampled, we were able to get those parties sampled as well as the child. It was determined that the defendant is the biological father. Sorry.
Please proceed, Mr. Hunt.
Sorry, for the minor child in this matter. Notably, Your Honor, as you indicated, the parties do have a 2013 case for two other children. I am requesting that that case be consolidated into this one. A pre-hearing conference in the 2023 case was held with both parties via phone on July 3rd. I did collect their information. It is in front of you as proposed for the judgment of paternity and child support order. Now, it was brought to my attention that one of the children is biologically not the defendant's child. However, there was the 2013 case did establish paternity for that child. And as such, the child support order in this matter pertains to all three of the children, since legally that child is the defendant's, although biologically may not be. I am requesting that the judgment of paternity and child support order be entered today. The effective date, notably, is July 1st of 2024. Should the court choose to change that, I'll leave it to the court's discretion given the circumstances in this matter. But I do believe the documentation is appropriate for entry today, Your Honor. And if the court would like me to weigh in on the 2013 case, I'd be more than happy to do so in the best way I can.
If you stick around, I may have you do so. Ms. Johnson, on the 2023 case, any questions?
No. I do have a question about the calculation result.
Okay, well, that's the question for what's the question?
So it says he'll pay $14.60 a month, but then it says he'll be paying me $11 on the fourth page.
Those are the birth expenses. He's not paying. Wait, where do you see $11?
It says calculation results, and then it says Thomas is paying Kimberly $14.60 a month, and then it says support amount based on known actual income of parents. Thomas paying Kimberly Johnson $11. It's in the little box at the end.
Your Honor, I can comment on that.
Yeah, please do.
The little box on the end. Now, I've not received formal training on this little box at the end of our calculations after a few years of doing this, or a couple of years, however long I've been doing this. I have gathered that when an individual's potential income is used, calculation will look at what we imputed the individual to, and that's where the $14.60 a month comes from. Now, because his actual income is not the potential income we've given him, essentially left him at zero, that's how much it would have been.
Okay. I just wanted to know.
Multiple individuals question that exact same thing. I apologize for the confusion. It's just the way that the formula is run on our side.
Okay, that's all I needed.
I was going to say, I've never heard an explanation of that one either. I've always ignored it.
Wow, that whole back and forth about the 11 glitch just exposed how confusing child support calculations can get. Notice how even the officials admit the system sometimes spits out nonsense figures that don't match reality. Imagine being a parent trying to make sense of a life-changing court order, and you see $1 for $4.60 on one line and $11 on the next. Wouldn't you panic? This shows how much blind trust is placed in automated formulas, and how easily they can mislead everyone involved. Let's see what happens when the father finally explains his real income.
Because it doesn't make any sense.
Again, I could be wrong, but that is my 5 cents on that. That's what makes sense to me. That's
because it says actual income of zero.
Yeah,
he would pay 11.
Okay.
Mr. Johnson or Mr. Chandler, what's your input on this one? I mean,
$14.60 just sounds a little expensive to me.
Well, what is your actual income? What are you earning?
I'm not employed right now.
Okay, when were you last employed?
In May.
And what did you do?
I was a truck driver.
What were you earning?
I was getting 50 cents a mile.
And how many miles did you normally travel?
Every week my expectations was around 3,000 miles a week, but I never reached that.
So how much did you normally travel? And
maybe like 1,800.
Okay, at 50 cents a mile, you would have gotten as a contractor?
No, W-2.
So you were a W-2 employee. So they took taxes out of the...
Yes.
So you were earning about $78,000 a year, technically.
No, I only worked. I barely just got my CDL a few months ago.
And why did you lose this job?
Because FOC continues to suspend my license. My license is my job. So if they continue to suspend my license, then when companies find out, I have to have an active license for 6 months before they consider anybody to give me another job.
So we're basically tying his hands, Mr. Hahn?
Listen closely here. This is heartbreaking. He's saying he lost his trucking job because his commercial license keeps getting suspended due to unpaid child support. But without a license, he can't work to pay that support. That's a vicious cycle trapping many struggling parents. What do you think? Should courts pause license suspensions until someone finds work? Or is it necessary pressure to make them pay? The judge realizes this man is stuck in an impossible loop. Watch how the judge starts rethinking the entire income calculation next.
Your Honor, during the pre-hearing conference, I did ask about his income. He did inform me of the 50 cents a mile at 3,000 miles a week,
Right.
which is what I use. However, when I asked him why he no longer worked there, he informed me that, and I'm going to read my notes, he left for a better opportunity. So he did not indicate that he had any concerns regarding front of the court suspending his license. He said he left for a better opportunity.
Yes, that is true, but that's just my professional answer.
All right. I'm going to hold him at $1,000 a week instead of the 1,500. I'm hearing testimony that he didn't, but we need to get his license reinstated. And that'll be on this case,
Your Honor, would you like that as W-2 or 1099?
W-2.
And-
Because he's that was his potential, not his actual. Let's get him on what his actual was, and I'll hold him to what a job was that he walked away from.
Another job will not consider me.
Yeah,
unless my
I
license is
understand.
active for 6 months.
When did they say? Okay, when did they state? I'll deal with that in a minute. When did they take away your CDL?
Well, the state of Texas have not taken away my CDL, but other jobs, when I apply for more jobs, they do a federal background on my driving record, and when they do that, they see that my license has been suspended in Michigan because they run everywhere that I had a license.
So your CDL is through the state. The CDL is through the state of Texas.
Yes, but when it comes to applying for other jobs, I'm applying for jobs that the terminals reside.
Is
in
it
other states.
currently suspended in Michigan?
Yes,
And that's due to child support?
I believe so. I never found out why, but every time they send me my driving record, it says that Michigan suspends my license, and I know FOC always suspends my license every month or two.
Great. That helps not. All right. I'm going to combine this decision then. Ms. Johnson, a motion was filed concerning the actual father of your Tom.
Mhm.
There's indication that you knew in 2012 that Mr.
This is the bombshell moment. The judge reveals there's evidence the mother knew over a decade ago that this man was not the biological father. Yet he's been treated as legally responsible all this time. Imagine paying child support for 10 years only to learn the child isn't yours biologically. Would you feel betrayed or still obligated? This revelation flips the entire case on its head and puts the mother's credibility on the line. Let's see how the judge reacts to this shocking detail.
Chandler was not the father of this child?
Yes, and me and his actual father, his biological father, went to court. I don't know what month it is. I don't know if you guys can look that up, but they told me that Thomas needed to file in writing to petition paternity by July of that year. Because I don't know, it was weird. Every time I went to court, I got different answers. It's been horrible trying to get this situated.
All right. Do you guys have any current DNA tests that show?
So we got one, and it was a Walgreens test, and they couldn't
Okay,
use that.
so that's not the right. All right, you
Mhm.
guys just went through DNA diagnostics. So they have his genetic material. What they need is Thomas Chandler's
Yes,
diagnostic material.
yes,
I'm going to grant a DNA order because it seems like you two are in agreement that he is not the father
yes, yes,
and that you would prefer to have the child be listed for his real father on the birth
yes,
certificate.
that's correct. Yes.
Because normally what I'm jumping through a couple of hoops with is that a judge denied this in 2018 because no DNA was given to them. I need new DNA testing that shows that
Okay.
he is not. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a hearing on all of this instead of getting child support on 3 children, Mr. Hahn, currently on an income that he is not expecting. And I'm inviting the friend of the court and you to that hearing because I want to work out something, because if we're tying his hands and this man can't work, that's not helping the
Right.
kids at all. They're
Right.
getting no money. I can order
Mhm.
$1,500 to $3,000 a month. But if there's no employer, all we're doing is spiraling him into debt that he can never pay,
Right.
and that will keep round robining without him getting a driver's license that's usable.
Right.
So I need a cohesive and just comprehensive motion on this and a hearing on this. But I need Ms. Johnson and Mr. Chandler to cooperate and get the DNA of young Junior.
Yep, I can do
Ms.
that. I have
Johnson,
no
so
problem.
that you understand, any affidavit of parentage signed by Duran is worthless.
Null and void. Yeah.
Yeah, it's null and void because you got to have him born out of wedlock or not have him have another legal parent.
Okay.
What I'm going to do is trigger a very little used clause in this, and that is
Well, that's the judge flat out calling it what it is. A legal system built on a lie. Notice how measured yet emotional his tone becomes here. This isn't just a technical error. This is about a man's livelihood and identity being wrecked by a false assumption. And the judge is ready to break normal rules to undo it. Would you want your own name removed if you'd raised the child as your own? Or would you want the truth corrected? This is a rare glimpse of real compassion on the bench. Now see what bold step the judge takes next.
Sometimes time, even though we can only are supposed to do this within the child's 3 years of birth.
Mhm.
My problem is we've got a child out there that you guys knew, and this entire thing, no offense, Ms. Johnson, was based on a lie, that
Mhm.
Mr. Chandler was the father. We had jurisdiction at the time, we ordered it, but let's undo a wrong instead and try and get it right. But I
Yeah.
need the DNA to actually show that for the file.
Okay.
And then we can do a calculation based more cohesively on what he can actually earn with the front of the court. And maybe I can get the front of the court and get an order that says he keeps his license.
Okay.
And we will not touch it for a year, regardless of how much is owed.
Okay. That's fine. Yep.
And that way I can also find out from them, because it's not part of the court file, how much arrearage there is here that we're going after. All right.
Okay.
So let's see if we can do this and make it possible to get these kids the money they deserve and the fathers they deserve.
Okay.
All righty. So I'll grant a hearing, Mr. Hahn. I'll invite you, and I'll invite Ms.
Thank you.
Lipford as well. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
I heard that in between between the lines. I get it. No. Again, we're just I know. I'm kidding. Okay. Sorry. Thank you.
Your Honor, can you please clarify as to how we're doing the
Sure.
genetic testing in this matter?
I'm asking them. They did it through DNA diagnostic. They are going to have to get the genetic testing.
Okay.
Okay.
If you don't, I'm going to have to deny any change.
Okay. I'll get it.
This is a huge turning point. The judge just froze all child support orders until the DNA results come back, basically pressing pause on the entire system. Now, that's rare. Courts almost never halt support obligations midstream. It shows how seriously he's taking the risk of a wrongful order. If DNA proves he's not the father, he could be wiped from the birth record entirely. Do you think this judge is being fair or too lenient? Let's see how he plans to untangle this legal mess.
So I'll
That's fine.
I'll give you a couple months to do this. I'm reserving the child support for this case so that we get it right, and we'll do it from the beginning. So if it's
So
2
I
children,
just,
it's 2. If it's 3, it's 3.
So I get it, and then I just bring it to FOC, or do I bring it
No,
to the
file it
court?
with the court. File it
Okay.
with the court. Send Mr. Hahn a copy as well.
Okay.
All righty.
All right. Thank you.
We'll see you soon. I'll get you the notice of that hearing as soon as possible.
Thank you, Your
Okay,
Honor. Now,
thank
will you be drafting the order?
At this point, we're just drafting an order granting a hearing. So I'm adjourning the matter on your case.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No,
And
thank you.
I have no contact for Thomas. How are we gonna?
You just had a child that you took in for DNA testing that showed Thomas was the father, right? Go
Yeah.
back there and I'll draft a DNA order when you get that. That should help. But they already have Thomas Chandler Sr.'s DNA on file, so
Okay.
they shouldn't need that one. If they do, please contact Mr. Hahn, or we'll deal with that at the hearing.
Okay.
But Mr. Chandler, I'd cooperate and see if they need any more DNA from you.
My thing is the communication with the courts and all parties involved. Just like this hearing today, I literally had to spam call the courts just to get this link to be involved in this court case.
All right. Do you live on
Yes,
in Texas?
yes.
That's where this will be sent to. And is your email your name at gmail.com?
Gmail,
Yes.
at Gmail, yes.
We will email it to you as well.
Okay.
So I will order DNA testing for Thomas.
Okay. Thank you so
All
much.
righty. No problem. Thank you.
And there it is. The judge orders fresh DNA testing and adjourns the matter. After 10 long years, this man finally has a chance to clear his name and end the crushing cycle of debt and license suspensions. If the results prove he's not the father, it could erase years of child support and restore his ability to work. This case shows how easily outdated rulings can destroy lives if courts don't revisit them. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe for more courtroom breakdowns.